Hello, welcome pen friends. I'm just about to do a little project and I thought I'd bring you along with me in case it was interesting to you. I actually have 7 of these currently inked Inky Fingers notebooks that I'm just going to look through. And I have some post-its in case there's an ink or a combination that I want to kind of either try again or go back to or remember. So I can stick one of these in there to kind of remind me, because this is quite a bit. I'm not sure if we'll get through all of them. I carry them around in this little traveler's notebook, and this was something I won from a drawing from Colonel Book and Leather. Okay, I wrote it there just in case because I knew I wouldn't remember. But I always carry, so this is number 7 that I'm carrying now in this to kind of keep it straight. And it's been going on a long time. Actually, I started with these back in, let's see what the date is, July 2017, which was not quite a year after I got into the hobby. I started back into fountain pens October 2016. So a few months later, I started using these books to show what I had currently inked. And I've used them ever since. Now, I've still got one left, but I'm kind of transitioning towards something else. Not completely, because it always takes more than one thing, but what I find that I like now is I like to see all of the ones I have inked in a list format, and I lean it up against my desk where I'm writing letters. So, like for July, I had, this is a Caliber, CVS Caliber Steno notebook, and it's really nice. So I wrote them all in, and I wrote an extra up at the top there, and that way as I'm writing my letters, pen pal letters, I could just kind of see it without getting into the book and flipping through. But there are a lot of considerations, and if I decide that I'm not going to stick with a pocket size, that I'm going to go to something like this, I need to kind of think that through. So in the meantime, I thought, well, I'm going to find all these and look through them and see what's fun or what's interesting. I also, just as a side note, this would not be enough, just writing down the pen, the nib, the ink, the swatch, and the, the date, whatever. This is not much. This is just to show me what's in my pens. Because I go into an ink journal, either the Lochby kind or the Goulet kind, and I really get detailed in there so I can see what it looked like and do whatever tests I'm doing at the time. It tends to change quite a bit. So this is my primary journal right now, and everything that's in the Inky Fingers books is in here. And since I have 2 of them, I'm working on finishing a second one. It would be pretty easy to find a particular entry in here because it's all by date, so it's chronological. It would take me a few minutes to look at the dates at the top, or at least I think I finally started doing that. You gotta date things. That's my one tip, is you've got to date things. So anyway, without any further ado, or we will never make it, I thought we'd just flip through these, That's what I wanted to do. I think it's going to be a trip down memory lane because at that time, I had, some Lamies, some Jen Howes. Well, we'll see what I had. So, very first entry ever was Lamy Vista with a medium nib with Diamine Syrah. That is interesting. Issues drying out. Wow. That seems almost impossible now. I can't even imagine that. Like, really? I'm surprised. I don't think I made little notes all the way through. Maybe I did back then. Now I'm a lot more likely to do that in my larger ink journal. Oh, there goes Pilot Metropolitan. Cleaned out, ink all used up. Aqua Lagoon. What I think it's going to show me, this was a sample, I know. This was one of my first bottles. And this Noodler's Black Swan Australian Roses was one of my very first bottles too. And I smoothed the nib on a Pilot Metropolitan. Oh! Oh, that's so funny. It's probably just because it was a fine nib. Now I would do things so totally different. I just find that I like a fire hose and I like maybe a wider nib, mostly, depending on the ink. So, oh, Pilot Petite 1, there's one. that I used to write with quite a bit more often. A Schaefer. That is an old one that we found in my mother-in-law's things. Wow, I said. I must have liked that nib. Pilot Metropolitan. Platinum Preppy. Jinhao 992. Not my favorite ink. Okay, I didn't like Bay State Blue. Probably stained something. Pilot T1. Oh, Kaweco Ice Sport. Serious feed issues. Had to clean pen out. No, okay. What that was about was baby's bottom on the nib, and I'm sure eventually I figured that out. Oh my gosh. Pilot Kakuno. Oh, this didn't last long. I didn't like my first Pilot Kakuno. And I didn't know enough to like or not like anything at that time, so I eventually repurchased one and I love it. Just love it. So, oh, here is the first X750 entry with Noodler's Heart of Darkness. Huh. Jinhao X450. I didn't take to the 450s. I like the 750s. I won't go over every single one, just the ones that really stand out, I guess. Okay, but at this time, back in 2017, I was still messing around with the X450s. I did find they dried out, where the X750s didn't for me. Feed issues. Goulet number 6 medium. Very interesting. I mean, I don't know that I knew what a feed issue was in 2017, so it's so funny looking at it years later. Okay. Oh, Diamine Pumpkin. That's a pretty ink. Let's see here. Okay, we got a Lamy Safari Dark Lilac. Yeah, that was one of my first major purchases. Like, that was a big deal to find that after it had already come out for quite a while. A little more than a year, maybe. And I was really happy to find one. Let's see. A couple of Chinese pens that I don't think I've inked up since, which I probably would now with a black ink. But I was trying to do it with colors, and they weren't wide enough probably for me. Oh wait, that was probably not a... That might have been one from India. I'm not sure what that is even. But the Lingmo Lorelei, I have 2 of those now with a fine nib. Incredible, Jane Davenport. Okay, I didn't make quite as many little squawky little notes here as we go through the time. A lot of Lamy, a lot of Jinhao showing up. Oh, well, that was a pen I sent to my grandson there, the Schaefer Star Wars. I don't remember which one that was. No. I don't remember now which one it was. Serendipity. Oh, Serendipity came on board. More of the same. Twisby Eco. That might be the first entry for Twisby Eco. I think so. Yeah, that's cool. And I would have... So it took a while. You know, I didn't start my channel immediately upon getting into the hobby. So I was in the hobby over a year, till September 2017 before I started my channel. So this was all just early days experimentations, I think. But there I had a Jinhao 159. Didn't take me long to try out a lot of different things. There's that Kaweco Ice Sport, several flushes and fills. Yeah, what it doesn't have room for was that I had to smooth that nib. I had to learn how to do that by watching the same person who put these out. Okay, these are from Matt at the Pen Habit, and he's retired from making videos now, but he has a 3-video series that helped me more than anything as far as how to check your nibs and tune them and work with them. So, and I ordered these from him, and then later, I think after he transferred them maybe to Van Ness and other places, I'm not sure. But I still could get them for a while. Now, I don't think you can, but I could be wrong. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Each one of these holds 132, so yeah, I better move along. Pilot Metropolitan, Wing Sung 3008. Some interesting, I see lots of purple, and blue, a little bit of green, which is, or you know, teal. Interesting. I know that I didn't actually get really into green inks until viewers started telling me what to get. You know, giving me recommendations. Okay, there's an, oh, there appears a stub nib, December of 2017. I'm not sure, I didn't see one before that. Other than maybe one that was a Schaefer, like a calligraphy set. Yeah. Huh! Uh-oh, afraid I'm going to get lost completely in memory lane here. I don't know. Oh, Diamine Hope Pink is beautiful. I never went past a sample with that ink, even though I really do. I love it. It's pretty. But I had other pinks, I think, come along, so. Let's see. Fountain Pen Revolution Muffed. I never did bond with that pen. It would make blotches on my paper, and I didn't like it. Conklin Durograph. I get along okay with this pen as long as it doesn't have its stock Conklin nib in it. Oh, I just didn't like that nib. And I couldn't fix it, so. Okay, a lot of Lamy and Genhao still. Lamy, Genhao, Pilot Metropolitan. Oh, here was a Tombow object that was sent to me by one of my very first IncoWrimo pen pals. Cleaned and put same cartridge. Quebeco Ruby Red is still one of my favorite reds. Oh, there's the Heinz Blue Storm. That was won in a drawing from Larry. Larry's Fountain Pen channel. Okay, another Wing Sung, Platinum Preppy. Oh, here comes the Pilot Vanishing Point. Not long into the journey there, actually. February of 2018. That makes sense because that was income tax money. I remember quite well. Okay. Wing Sung. Oh, I tried to love that pen, the Fountain Pen Revolution Jaipur, but it just was, it probably required a lot more of me in terms of taking it apart, greasing it up real good, and working on it than I had at the time. I still have one here, I think. I haven't completely given up with it. Because I like the looks of it and I like the nib, but I just couldn't deal with the piston and the leaking and different things that were happening. Oh, there's the first Diamond 580 with Black Swan and Australian Roses. I used this ink so much at one point, I was tired of it, which is weird because it's such a beautiful ink. I guess it's like eating the same plate of food for too often or something. Oh, there's a little Waterman's 52 pocket pen. That I have to get the lever fixed on it. It's not right, you know, it's not filling properly. Okay, oh, some different ones that I don't use anymore. Quebeco Ice Sport Medium there. That looked like it was going along good by then. No more squawky little notes. And there's that 1.5 Goulet stub. Twisby, Pilot Vanishing Point. Oh, here comes Twisby Mini with Monteverde Purple Rain. Some of these inks are very familiar to me. At this time, I was still doing lots and lots of samples. So, oh, I still do lots and lots of samples, but now I have quite a few bottled inks, the preference inks that I keep in my permanent collection. Lullers Apache Sunset in a Genhao 599. I don't write with those anymore. You know, they're kind of a look-alike to the Lamy Safari, and I really like the Lamy Safaris. So, all right, let's see. Pilot Kakuno. It showed up again. Lamy Safari Dark Lilac. That Quebeco showed up a lot with Noodler's Navajo Turquoise. Oh, there's the Moon Man. First Moon Man Mini. May of 2018. Huh. Yeah, I really like these. But I can see how, you know, something like this where I can just lean it up and look and see all the 8. Of course, if I have like 20 or more, I'd have to do just one line on it. Or I'd have to go ahead and use another page for the same month. I'm not sure. Old habits are hard to die, so I'm not sure whether I'll be able to do that. There's that Schaefer again, and a Hero. I guess I didn't take to that pen, because I don't... Whoops. There. So one of the things I noticed was I got a year worth out of this. I'm not sure how I did with some of the rest of them, but I think what happened was when I would do 30 inks 30 days, I didn't enter them all in here because I would often do a dedicated journal for that anyway, and so I had a lot of information on each one, and it was always just usually a 2 mil sample. So I may have done it a few times. We'll see if we get that far. But yeah, I've always liked these. I think it's the size. It's just so portable, so easy to carry around. Not that I go very far, but you know, just to keep handy and I don't lose track of what's going on. Because what happened was I was putting things on just paper, you know, and that works fine, but then I start to get a bunch of paper that's just loose. So then I went to this little notebook here, the Kikuyo. It's just I think it's a B6 maybe. And I would do the listings like this, but I really prefer the top spiral. So I realize this may be redundant. It may not really be necessary. You know, I just enjoy them, and I really have from the beginning. So let's see, number 2. Okay, so I was keeping track of how long. This was August 2018 to September 2019. So here comes a TWSBI Diamond 580. Oh, there's the Mont Blanc 145. That was a gift. And I was still going with the Pilot Metropolitan. Huh, awesome. The Moonman Mini. A lot of the same ones. Okay, there's the first entry for a TWSBI Gull in Broad with that beautiful Sydney Harbor Blue by Blackstone. Wow, I skipped one there. What a waste. Let's see. And there's the... Okay, I wonder when there's a serendipity entry what that was all about. I don't know. Because that, as you know, is just a hybrid pen, dip fountain pen, and then, you know, you're pretty much done after you... Maybe I just wanted to see what it looked like. But to write it in here, it's not really a currently inked, for very long anyway. Oh, there's the little Stipula Passaporto. It's a tiny little pocket pen. Lamy Safari. That Amethyst de Laurel and the Lamy Safari was very popular. And I still love that combination. There's Gravity Wave. And a TWSBI Eco. Wow. TWSBI Mini. Some things just jump right out when they first appear, you know. Oh, there's the first appearance of the Faber-Castell Loom. I was just thinking about this pen. Because now that I'm getting back into, or getting into finer nibs, I need to ink that up. I bet you that's an awesome nib. I just wasn't too into the fine, extra fine, but that would make a really good journal pen. And I'm going to try it out. Again, you know, I do that from time to time because our tastes kind of change. There's the Ondaro. Oh, there's a shark pen. A Jinhao 993 shark pen. Conklin Durograph. Cool. So as we go with a stub nib. Oh, another entry I didn't finish. Let's see, oh my, yeah, we're going right along here. I'm going to have to flip a little faster. X750 with the 1.5. Lots of color, that's for sure. Not very much black ink. There's the Retro 51 Tornado when it first appeared, February 2019. Wow, it seems like a long time ago now. That was before the big fuss. When the world changed. Okay. Monteverde Invincia. I gotta go find that pen and see what happened. I haven't had it inked up since. That's interesting. Again, though, I was pretty new at this point. Still. I still feel new. There's so much more to learn and so many experiments to do. Queveco Perkio with Midnight Blue. Nice. Oh, I kept doing that. I wonder why I was missing. Oh, probably wanted, I don't know, maybe I wanted a different, was it a new month or something? No, I just skipped an entry. Queveco Sport with Noodler's Navajo Turquoise. That's a very, very, I really like that. It's just been a while since I've done that. And I think I'll come back and do that as a, very soon. I'll do an eyedropper. Just go. Well, a lot of the same players over and over here. Keiko Retro. That's a little hooded nib pen with a nice Ferris wheel press saturated ink. Tanzanite Sky for anybody just listening and not looking, because this would be a good one to just listen to, I guess. Not much to see. Not my favorite ink nib. Oh, I got a, I really thought I was going to love Noodler's Purple Heart because I really loved the name of it, but I didn't love the ink. I ended up loving Noodler's Purple Mountain Majesties I got a bottle of, but this was just a sample. And I was thanking everything I could thank that I didn't buy a bottle of it because I didn't like it. I don't know why. Maybe it was too much. Yeah, okay, here's Noodler's Purple Mountain Majesties. There's just a big difference there. You get more brightness and it's more purple, and then this one is more maroon, but not quite. It's not bright enough for me. Anyway, that was when I started to realize, yeah, you absolutely have to get samples if you can. It helps so much. Okay, we're only on number 2 and nearly out of time, but whoops, I go too fast. Diamine Ochre. Oh, I love that ink. That's strange that all of a sudden, okay, if this is 2019 and I still have all these, I must have started using more than one book a year, but we'll see. There's Pilot Roshizuku Yamabudo showing up. I know that's was a sample at that point. Now I have a bottle. Okay, book 3. Okay, well this says October 2019. Let's see. Get me in my little... I'm going to go to the back and see how far that took me. So September 2020. September 2020. Okay, so that's pretty good. Almost a year. And it looks like I was really rough on this. It's all taped up. TWSBI Eco Diplomat Magnum. There's the Heinz Custom. Epic fail. Would not even write, I said. Oh, Jinhao 992 with a 1.9 stub. It was probably the nib. The 992 I was familiar with and loved, but the stub was an odd one, and I haven't made it work yet. So something was wrong there. TWSBI Diamond 580. Huh. Okay, so there's a shift here. I don't see Metropolitan showing up anymore. I'm seeing the TWSBI Goes and new pens coming on board. Fail. Okay, Retro 51 Tornado. Okay, I put a... I don't know what I put. A medium nib unit? Oh, it was awful. Okay, it was awful. That happens. And sometimes it makes no sense because it won't be awful in another pen. The ink will be fine, the pen will be fine. You just never know. A lot of TWSBI going on. And there's the Mont Blanc again. Oh, the Lamy Necks. I really like that. I was satisfied with one of them, though. So that tells you something. Oh, there's the Faber-Castell Loom again. I think I liked it with Heart of Darkness, if I remember right. It was really nice. Because, you know, the extra fine Faber-Castell nib, it writes like a fine in other pens. So it's really nice. There's Rome Burning. That's a memorable ink. It turned a lot of things purple. It actually stained my first Lamy Vista. Let's see, what else? We're only on book 3. Moonman M600S. Oh yeah, I was really taken with those pens for a long time. I don't know what happened. I don't think there was any epic failure or anything. It's just having so many pens, probably. There's the Pilot Varsity. That's the one I like to refill. Lamy Vista, Lamy All-Star, Twisby Mini. Yeah, some real familiar players here. There went the Pilot Metropolitan, tuned by me. Oh, I wish I could go back and not do that, because I think that was just a matter of which inks would do better in it. But, I mean, who am I to really to tune a Pilot Metropolitan? It doesn't make sense now. Okay. We can learn, though. We can learn from the things we do. Platinum Prefonte. That's not one of my favorite. I like the Platinum Preppy better. Lots better for some reason. It may be virtually very similar, but I don't like it as much. Okay. Jinhao 159. Huh. All these arrows. May. Okay, so I guess these were going to be May pens? I guess I started early. June. Okay, yeah, that's what usually happens. I try to find what I'm going to write with and then get set up for making a video. Huh. That's a pretty ink. Pure Pens, Pendine Sands. I think I still have a little bit of sample left of that. Okay. There, SBRE Brown ink and the Faber-Castell Ondaro. I haven't had the Ondaro inked up in a long time. It's a heavy pen. It has a wooden barrel, and it's quite heavy. There's August. Huh. Yeah, you know, I could do the same swatches. I could, if that's what I'm going to miss, I could do a swatch versus just a squiggle in these books. Now that's something for me to think about. And I also kind of greatly prefer Tomoe River paper, even over my CVS Caliber, because it does perform differently, and I'm more likely to be writing on the Tomoe River for letters. So, that's something to think about too, I think. Okay. Well, nothing really new coming. Maybe the little Miffy's Garden. That's a little mini pen. That's so cute. I haven't used that in a while. That would be fun. That would be a lot of fun to ink up. And it looks like it went really well with the Solferino, the Roaring Klinger. That's nice. Okay. Ooh, there's the King Philip Requiem. I just wanted and wanted and wanted that ink. Like it was an obsession, and finally I found it. And it's quite hardy. It didn't bleed through this paper, but it bleeds through just about everything else. I think I discovered that the Lamy 1.1 nib was the best one for me to write with this with. I didn't necessarily like it with the fine nib. Okay. All right, book 4. Let's see how long I got out of book 4. Oh, here's my ink criteria. Color pleases me. Brightness and saturation. Flow is very good. Price and availability. Easy to clean. No stains. Oh, that's cute. That's cute. Look what happened. Here we were with the King Philip Requiem, and the next thing you know, I put down some rules for myself. Oh, that's funny. I had to label all the samples that I gave out with, you know, like, be careful, and, oh, geez, yeah. Easy to clean. Shading is present. So shading is my favorite attribute of ink. Okay, so this was, I didn't even annotate it, so this is October 2021 through, I just like to keep track of that, June, wait a minute. 2020, not 2021. 2021. Okay, so I didn't get quite a year out of this one either. 9 months. Ooh, my favorite Diamine Aqua Lagoon. I love that. We may be testing the camera system today to see if, or the upload ability to see if a long video will make it. Too dry. Tomoe Go with a fine nib. Oh, I was just horrified, I guess. Well, yeah, it would have seemed too dry. Probably wouldn't have been readable for my poor eyes, but... And there's a possibility that that fine nib on the Tomoe Go needs to be, or needed to be, I don't know if I still have it, needed to be tuned, because they actually, Tomoe nibs sometimes do need to be tuned. I just don't feel that way about Pilot nibs anymore, so. Oh, lots of dark inks here. Earl Grey. Yeah, I was starting to get the gray bug, and I love gray inks. Moonman M2. Oh, with a oblique double broad Knox nib. I haven't always gotten along with that nib. I just want to. I just don't want it to dry out, and it does sometimes, you know, you have to kind of encourage it. Probably there's a lot of area for ink to stay on that broad nib, and that may be it. It may be my error. Oh, there's the Hawaii blue, which I craved and had to have and waited and waited and waited to get. So that's a beautiful ink, but I don't write with it enough. Let's get that going too. I think these little tabs will help me, give me some ideas, even if I don't use the same combination. Okay, December 2020. Huh. In the heart of the problem. The world problem there. Diplomat Magnum with, oh, that's gorgeous. J. Urban Rouge Hematite. Gosh, I should have gotten a bottle of that. I like that. No bottles. Oh, but I like this better. Don't I? I don't know. This is nice and bright and has shimmer, but I really like this deep, I have it sitting on my desk somewhere here to use next, but just in case I forget, I'm going to tab that too. I'm going to put that on top. I really want to use that. I have a sample of it that I can finish up. It's gorgeous, and I think they even sell that in a little 10 ml bottle. Huh. Okay, here's some like one-time uses. Little tiny samples. The Diamine Ho 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 edition. Wow, Diatramentus Purple Violet is gorgeous. Look at that. I'd kind of forgotten about that. I wonder if I still have a sample. Let's see. I'm tabbed on that page, so I'll see that, I think. Kelly Green. I haven't yet. I'm not sure if I've seen Colorverse Supernatural yet. That's funny. Maybe it was in there and I didn't notice. There's the Kaweco Lilliput with Midnight Blue. I need to use like cross black in that Kaweco Lilliput. I bet that I would like that better. I'll tab that. You can see a lot of places I need to tab here. I really want to get that inked up again. It's been a while. There's that Rose Gold Antiqua. Now that's pretty, but I don't mess with shimmer too often. I'm still a little bit shimmer phobic, I guess. Have to do so much work to clean it. Oh, there's my favorite pink, Levenger Pinkley, of course, discontinued, but my friend sent me the remainder of her bottle because it wasn't her favorite, and so thank you. I just love that ink. Let's see, we got all kinds of different, I remember these samples that came in. Some came from Van Ness and some came from pen friend Kathy and pen friend Karen and all kinds of different people. Oh my goodness. There's my favorite orange, KWZ Monarch. You have to go faster in order to even see any of them for 2 minutes each. Lamy Vista with Sailor Mango Yukakusa. That's pretty. Huh. Must have been a 2 ml sample, I would imagine. Probably from Ink Journal, but I'm not sure. Oh, Diamine Writer's Blood. That is a wet ink. You got to watch what you put that in. Because it just, yeah, I would look for a pen that it just really, I have not found the pen for that ink yet, where I say that's my combination for that ink. I have a small 30 ml bottle of it, and I don't know what would be best. Anybody have a pen that they really, you know, that they would recommend, or a nib for me to try this ink with? And please let me know. I think it's just infinite possibilities, and I didn't get around to going back to check and see what would work. Oh, that's a lovely combination. Hongdian, the purple forest, black forest with a Fude nib with Purple Mountain Majesties. I love that. This is ridiculous. I guess I was really getting good combinations in this book. It's going to be looking like a zebra here. Let's see what else. Lamy All-Star, Lamy Next. Jinhao 85. I don't even remember what pen that is. Says $12.98. Most likely something I won in a giveaway and don't even remember. It may be the little black one that looks kind of like a knockoff of a Mont Blanc, maybe. I'm not sure. Okay, bunches. Oh, there's the Zenzoi. I'm not sure which one. Probably the purple one, but I also have a wooden one, like a bamboo. So I'm not really sure which one that was. Probably needs to dry. Huh. So a lot of the same suspects, Toosby Go. Oh, there's the Rotring core with a smiley face. I found one on eBay. Parker Vector. Oh, I like that. I love that pen. Jeez, I need to look in these more often. This particular one, so this was 2021. I was really getting some good combinations. Oh, there's that lovely nib. I've got it going this month too. The Nemesine stub, the 0.8 with the 50 States, Texas. That's a really good ink nib match there. That was super great. I remember that being real flowy, and yet it had nice shading. It didn't like glop on or anything. That was really nice. Huh, I'm really getting into this now. Oh, there's my trying with the Fountain Pen Revolution Ultra Flex Extra Fine with 50 States, Texas. That might have been a little bit of a, didn't quite, yeah, I don't know. I need to practice with that nib. That's what it comes down to. Because I really had a disaster. I could barely write with that. And I did better in the Ahab with that nib than I did in the actual Fountain Pen Revolution Himalaya V2. It was really a race car in that one, so. Okay, let's see, we did the dates. Yeah, book 5, June 2021 through February 2022. Kind of nice to see that. 8 months. It's getting, you notice what's happening. First it was a year, then it was almost a year, then it was 10 months, 9 months. Yeah, I started inking up more pens, I think, it looks like. And this one got beat up too. It's all taped together, front and back. Well, we may have to do a quick flip because we're running out of time. But this is neat. I like this. I think the lesson here is just looking over some of the old entries like this is really worthwhile to remember some of the pretty inks and combinations. Toosby Mini with the broad nib, Birmingham, Bordeaux. Ew. Okay, I didn't like it. That's weird. I've never, ever had problems with the Birmingham inks. I guess I didn't like Pen BBS 323 with Colorverse Ham either. Oh, it looks like it had starvation, or the nib wasn't, yeah, something needed to be fixed on that nib. Huh. Wow, oh, it looks like I gave up on making the little pretty painted swatches. Those are prettier This business of scribbling is not, no, it's worth the time to get either a swab or a paintbrush, for heaven's sake. I guess I decided it was. Vinta Sodalite Kislap. That isn't very readable, actually, in my world. I don't know. Secret ink. Well, the secret is over now. Yeah, that was the ink. It was the. I wasn't supposed to say anything until they actually came out with it. So that day I had it covered for some reason. Huh. A lot of Twisbys and Lamies still. Pilot Parallel. Jinhao. Some of them never change. I love the Lamy Vista and Lamy Safari, and I love my X750s, and it doesn't matter what other pens I get, I still love them. And my Twisby Ecos too. Oh, here comes Opus 88. Really cool. We're going to go fast because I've got 2 more and I don't have time. Lamy All-Star with, oh, Diamond Party Time, Ink Event 2021. That was nice. That's a tiny little pen. I need to ink that pen up. I love it. It's a tiny little pocket pen from Italy, from Penfriend FD. And that was super, even with that light purple. Imagine that with a darker purple. That was a Pilot ink. Really nice. Okay, these are messy, just like me. I'm messy and I'm fast, I guess. You know, with my writing, with my, you know, that trying to slow down this year. 2023, if you're seeing this in the future. I have the Back to the Future movies out to watch. Speaking of movies, we weren't, but I was, I guess. I watched the, if you get a chance to watch the documentary on Michael J. Fox, it is definitely worth it. You can get a free trial to Apple TV and watch it. It's called Still. It's of special interest to anyone who liked him and his movies and TV shows, or anyone who's dealing with Parkinson's or a loved one that has Parkinson's. It's an excellent show. Anyway, so then I went and got my Back to the Future movies out so I could watch them, because I remembered how much we just loved those when I was younger. So, okay, number 6. There aren't very many entries in number 7, so I think we're going to make it just barely. Under an hour. Oh, I didn't do any logging here. So this was March 22 through, whoops, poor Preppy, January 23. Yeah, so not quite a year. Wait, March to March. Yeah, not quite a year. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. My mind is on the inks now. Waterman Tender Purple, one of my absolute favorite purples. We'll make a quick spree of this. I'm not sure if my Wi-Fi is capable of uploading an hour-long video. Let's see. Nice. A lot of stub nibs coming into this time frame too. Twisby Swipe. I was really enthused about the Swipe, but now I just, other than the fact that yes, it is excellent because you're getting to use Twisby nibs without having to deal with a piston, but that's the only, I just, yeah, I don't know. And they do have a few more pretty colors, but that Eco still gets me every time, whereas the Swipe is not necessarily my favorite. Last had little. Huh. I don't know what that means. It was a disaster, I guess. Jinhao, X750 Broad. Dominant Industries Downpour. I X'd it out for no reason. Same there. Wow, I guess it was indecision. We'll lay it down to indecision. Oh, that's gorgeous. That Lamy Vista with the Diamine All the Best ink vent. Whew. It's got shimmer and it's just a nice crisp letters. Now this paper is not, I don't know. It's nice and thick so it doesn't bleed through, but it definitely It's not Tomoe River paper, and it's not Clairefontaine either. Let's put it that way. I'm not sure how to describe it. It's okay, but it isn't what I go away and write on. So that's another reason why it'll be nice to get into something for daily logging. And what I tried that with a Lochby small one, because I got fancy and thought that I was going to do it this way. But I thought it looked yucky. I didn't like it. Ah! Janelle X159. Uh-oh, we got swear words there. It didn't go well. Yeah, I was really frustrated with that pen. But then now I have like 2 more that were sent to me, 3 actually, that write really well, so I just had bad luck. Anyway, you can see it kind of fell apart. I ended up just scribbling and not sticking to the procedure at all, you know. It just turned into a weird mess. You see what happened? Rather than doing something that was very neat and orderly like this, no, I didn't. And I know I've seen people on their videos do a much better job. Actually, let's call this done because I'm seeing the time. So this is my final one, my current one, and then I have just one more left in the package, so I'm not sure if I'll go ahead and use it or not. But I started this one April 2023. And so this is very current. This won't take long. But again, I'm disappointed in the laziness. I like to see how the ink goes on with a paintbrush or a Q-tip, but I don't like using Q-tips because I'm too cheap for that. Okay, so, Now this will be real familiar because this was Jinhao 248 pink. Yeah, this is just real recent. Balmy Safari Cross Black, my new favorite black ink. Diamine Amazing Amethyst. Yeah, these are just May when I came back from Vermont. Rotring Core. You know, that pen was so exciting, and it's still, I love looking at it, but it did, for a writer, it just doesn't, it doesn't really interest me that much anymore. Thank goodness I only got 2 of those. You know, it just doesn't, it's nice as a slip cap and everything, and it is smooth, but it's not a really comfortable writer for me. I mean, that's a no-brainer. I should have known that. And here's July. We just did this. I was looking to see, oh look, I did, on a new ink, I did go ahead and do a nice little painted on swatch of the, because that was, well, new to me. I just have this, well, it's probably by the sink. Yeah, no, okay. This is one that I got on Amazon in a 3 set, and I hadn't really written with it, so I wanted to see what the ink looked like. Okay, so this is it, and now I'm not sure where I'll go from here, because I'm smelling the cheese, noticing this is the last one. So this has been like a long time of using these, and I love them. They're great. The other thing I've been using a lot, which did work out, is this ink library. The idea came from Hemingway Jones. I almost said Indiana Jones. from my friend Hemingway Jones that did this with his, and so I actually do flip through this. I look through this all the time to sort of, I'll take it to my easy chair and think about a pen and see, you know, which one am I going to use. But I did one thing kind of wrong when I did this. I wish I would have gone and clustered them together, the colors. I just, it wasn't completely thoughtless. When I did my ink library book, I actually did my first favorite 12 and then my second top, you know, my 2022 top 12 inks. So it makes sense because those are the cream of the crop favorites, and I put them in the beginning of the book. And then I just put everything else in no particular order. So when I look in here, I could use my weird index that I never did get around to typing up. I can do that. If I'm looking for a pink, I can find page numbers, and I did number all my pages. So this is just another tool. It doesn't have anything to do with the Currently Inked books. But I don't know, it was fun. If you were here, I'd show you. You know, if you're a pen friend and into fountain pens, I'd say, here, look at this one, you know. What do you think? You know, there's all kinds of ideas, but what I like best is this one, number 4, right in the middle. The October 2020 to June 2021 had some excellent combos. I think I'll get back and make a little note for myself for, you know, for the next ink ups that I do. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it sees the light of day, because I have to make sure my old technology can upload it and get it to you and everything like that. But hopefully it'll work. So I'll see you on the next one, and let me know, you know, what are the tools that you're using. I have ordered something. I'm not going to mention what it is yet. It's the first thing I've ordered in a long, long time, and it was very inexpensive. That's going to give me a chance to put my ink swatches in order and kind of see them how I want and move them around. So that's something I'll share with you as soon as it comes in. But for now, you know, I do enjoy this book. It's got all of my bottled inks in it. And that, you know, I use that, and I use these for now. But like I said, I'm clearly using the steno pad and really enjoying that to just prop up and jot down when I'm writing letters to fountain pen people. I like to write, you know, what pen it was, the pen nib and the ink, that's all. So I'll see you next time, and I hope this was, you know, inspiring or interesting, or got some kind of ideas from it. I'll talk to you later. Let me know in the comments what kind of tools you're using for keeping track of your ink bottles and your Currently Inked. I love all ideas. Can't try them all, but I have honestly tried to try them all, I guess. Okay, bye for now.